All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate y'all hanging in there for us for just a few extra minutes to get the technical difficulties worked out. But we're going to go ahead and get started on this Workshop Wednesday. So just some housekeeping that we have with our Workshop Wednesday calls. This is a series that we do every month. We host this on the third Wednesday from 2 to 3 Eastern time. We really value your feedback, so please let us know what that is. That helps us identify topics for us to discuss for future Workshop Wednesdays that we do. And then please tell us what you're interested in. At the end of this, we will have a QR code that's listed for you to scan and provide us feedback on what you think of the Workshop Wednesdays. And then you can also give us additional feedback and ideas. Send us those ideas that way too. All right. Forgive me, I'm driving during this Workshop Wednesday, and I typically do not drive. John has been in charge of those honors recently. So if you see me have that like goofy look where I'm like trying to look for my mouse, it's because I'm chasing it around my computer screen. So, but we'll give this a try here. So before we get started, just know that we do record this webinar series. So we make this available we record it so that we can make it available after the series for other people to use and reference later on. Your mic will be muted during the webinar. And I already said it, but a recording of this will be provided for y'all. And we also keep it on our YouTube channel so that it can be referenced that way as well. It may take us a couple days to get it put together and emailed out and published, but it will be out there. And folks that are registered for the call will get a copy of it once we get that done. Again, we love your feedback. You will be muted, and we want to hear your feedback. If you have that up in the top, kind of the right-hand corner of your screen is a chat button. And once you click on that, there'll be a box that pops up for you to write any comments, questions that you may have as we go through this webinar. I'm going to rely on John to interject if somebody throws up a question so that I don't miss it. But when you fill that out, we don't always know where everybody's from, and we don't always see names on there. So when you put your comment in there, if you could put your name and the agency that you're from and then your comment, that'll help us, one, identify who we're speaking with, and then also if we have follow-ups, it helps us with the follow-up side of it too. And I think okay. And then so from there, just our agenda for the meeting today, we have a couple things that we're going to review today. The first highlight is going to be an introduction to our client success and our team. We are excited about some Command 2025 teasers that we get to present to y'all. We're going to talk a little bit more about some of the hardware that we are working with these days, and then close it out with some question and answer time for y'all. So with that, we're going to move into meeting our new client success team, and I'm going to turn this over to Miss Jen Pearson.
Thank you guys so much, Kristen. I really appreciate you kicking it off while I am struggling through my technical difficulties. Good afternoon, everyone. Really excited to join. I have been a part of the Agile team since July. I am, again, incredibly excited to be here. Really looking forward to meeting all of you and getting to learn your businesses and learn what it is that you do and what role do we play in that and how can we get better. Just a few fun things about me. I'm originally from Texas, and I apologize for how hoarse my voice is. I've been at a conference this week, so I am going to struggle through this and make sure that hopefully you guys can understand me. But currently based in Atlanta, right outside of Atlanta, but everybody just says Atlanta. So I started my fleet career at an FMC, worked there for a while, kind of started in the account management team and worked my way up, did a lot of project management and efficiencies and optimizations while I was there. Then I got coached and went to a different fleet management company. Again, kind of started from the ground up and worked my way up. Lots of different positions. I've worked in operations, I've worked in account management, I've worked in sales. I was fortunate enough to get in leadership early on, and that is really kind of what fills my cup up, is helping grow people and help them get where they want to get and where to succeed. Very, very active in the industry, and I just mentioned that I was at a conference, but you can find me in a lot of places. I've been a panelist, I've been moderators, I've been a speaker. So if you ever see me out and about in the wild, please, please, please grab me. I was fortunate enough to meet up with some of our wonderful partners at this conference that I was at, and really excited about that. I'm on the board of a few different organizations, AFLA, those are you of you that are familiar with that industry organization. I also lead the Women in Fleet Management Mentorship Program, that's part of AFLA. I'm on the board of trustees for the Hourglass Foundation. If you do not know what that foundation does, you need to, because they provide scholarships to underrepresented people that are going to trade schools. One of those scholarships is dedicated to automotive technicians, which anybody on this call knows about the shortage and the problems that we all have finding enough technicians. But anyways, so that's just a little bit about me. Again, I am so excited to be here and to learn. This is I again started in fleet management at fleet management companies, went to a couple, did a bunch of things there, left there, went to a startup. That was, wow, culture shock. Talk about going from the corporate world to the startup world. I quite an adventure, but I learned a ton of things. And now this is my first fully software company experience. So it's pretty interesting, a lot to learn. But again, if you're patient with me, I'm going to ask you a ton of questions, but really, really excited to be here. Gonna build a team. I've got Kristen, who was here waiting for me. So excited. If you haven't had a chance to meet Kristen and talk to her, she is fantastic and fabulous. And I'll let her tell you a little bit more about herself, just in case you haven't gotten to meet her.
All right. As Jen said, my name's Kristen Sonderman. I've been with Agile Fleet for about 5 months now. In my previous roles, I've been in the fleet industry for over 20 years. Like Jen, I started in the with a fleet management company, kind of at the bottom, and worked my way up a little bit as well. Was on the maintenance team, did some acquisition. And then moved into client success and then some finance stuff on the back end of that. My most recent role previous to FleetCommander was a fleet manager at a technical college in Texas, where I managed a fleet across 12 different locations, and we utilized the FleetCommander software at that school, where we were using the reservation management system, the key boxes, maintenance, and had the fuel integration as well. So I bring that experience to the table from a higher ed perspective and a fleet manager that's used the system. I'm a member of NAFA, have spoken on a couple panels through that, and I am a St. Louis native, like Jen with Atlanta. I don't live in St. Louis City, but I'm in the area, and we just say we're from St. Louis. St. Louis native, but I've kind of traveled around a little bit, spent some time in Chicago and some time down in Texas. Got my social degree, is what I like to call it, from state college here in Missouri. I did not get my degree there. I had a little too much fun, but got my business degree from Maryville University a few years later. But so that's just a little bit about me and my background and how I am here to support y'all.
So, really exciting news, hot off the presses. You guys are the first ones to hear about this. We are going to be adding another member to the client success team. I believe that I'm going to be able to have that job posted probably next week. So, if you know of anybody out there that you think would make a fantastic addition, please let me know, send them my way. Would love to hear about them. But we are going to be adding another member to our team. And I can't tell you that Kristen is probably more excited than I am, but I am incredibly excited. So you'll see soon in the future. We'll do something to introduce our new team member to you.
I'm excited about our team in general. The addition of you and the addition of whoever this new person will be that we get to enjoy.
Bum bum bum.
Woo!
Yes, exactly. Hopefully they come with a cape, right, Kristen? So, just wanted to take a little time to talk about what client success is and, highlight the reasons that our team is here and what we do every day. Thought I would throw the vision and the purpose of our team up. Basically, if you boil all of it down, you. You are the reason that we are here. We are here for you. We are your trusted advisors, guiders, question askers, answers, you name it. We are here for you. We are your partner. We want to see you succeed and be successful. We want to make sure that you know that we are dependable and we're there to help you. So anything that we can do, we may not always have the answers. Trust me when I tell you that, especially in the beginning, I am poor Kristen. I'm like, what is this? What do we do? How do we do this? So that we, but the thing is that if we don't know the answer, we know how to go find the answer. And so please, we want you to understand that we are going to develop a very trusting and trusted partnership with you and we are here for you. We are very, very client centric. So you are the first thing that we think about when we start our day, and unfortunately sometimes you're the last thing that we think about when we're sitting on the couch trying to get sleepy. But we are very, very committed to making sure that you are successful and you reach your goals, and whatever your outcome is, that's kind of our job. We also are going to work to kind of learn as much about your business as we can. Again, learning about what your goals are. And what that will do is help us anticipate the things that you need, or maybe questions that you don't know that you have. Sometimes, especially when you're new to your role, new to this company or this partnership or this software or whatever it is, you don't know what you don't know. I can tell you, I'm finding out so much about all the things that I don't know right now, but we want to anticipate some of those things that you need. And we want to make sure that we are being as proactive as we can and not just reacting to whatever fire or fire drill you have going on, which never fails, seems to always happen on a Friday afternoon. Am I right? Um, and then again, we want to kind of going along with that growth and making an impact. We want to make sure that you see the value in your partnership with Agile Fleet. We want to make sure that we are reporting to you how we're performing for you. What are those metrics? How quickly are we answering your questions? How happy are your customers, your drivers, your departments and teams, whether that's from procurement to the guy that is changing the oil on your fleet vehicles? What is that value that we bring to the table? We want to make sure that you see that and you feel it, and you are with us for the rest of the time you were in fleet. And I don't know about you guys, but what I have found is once you get sucked into the fleet world, you're here. You're never going away. All right. So the next thing too that we want to kind of talk about and focus on is what is that client success journey, right? Every single one of you takes a journey. John, with his lovely picture of a road here, I love this because it's a journey and it's never a straight line. It's kind of a structured path that you take as soon as you start engaging with us. And that's when you first start talking to our team members out there that are introducing the idea of Agile as a solution for you. And then all the way through the entire journey that we go on. It starts with onboarding, and those of you that have been on the call, I'm assuming have all gone through onboarding. You know, we set kind of kick off our whole partnership during that time. That's where we talk about your goals and we set what the success criteria is. We talk about timelines. We do a lot of training and enablement with you. That we provide you with resources. That stuff doesn't stop. Again, you get that all through. But that's kind of what the onboarding process. Then after you finish onboarding, then you move into the adoption and the optimization phase. Those of you that have gotten to work with Kristen or some of our past team members, you know that's where we're checking in with you and we're making sure that the system is configured the way that you need it to be, that you guys are learning and you and your team are learning how to effectively use the system, and showing you how to kind of utilize the tools that Agile provides to help optimize your fleet. We set up check-ins with you and continue to provide those resources and that content, give you opportunities like this workshop Wednesday every month, so you can continue to expand your knowledge and learn more about the product and what it can do and how it can help you. That takes you right seamlessly into that whole value realization. And that's again where it's our responsibility to help you see the ROI and the value that we bring to you. We're going to give you tools to help measure, and we'll look at things like, how what are your cost savings? What's the amount of time that you've saved? How many of your goals have you met? Do we need to reset your goal? Do we need to set new goals? Regularly meeting to review the successes and the continued improvements that you still need. From there, you kind of we will walk into what is the growth stage. Do you have all of the products that you need or the services that you need? Maybe when you first started you thought you only needed this, but now you've had a bunch of changes, and now there are other things and other products and other services that we can offer that would help you and assist you in your day to day, so that you can continue to improve and make your fleet run more smoothly. So we want to make sure that we are building relationships with your decision makers. Our job is to make you guys look amazing. You are the smartest person in fleet at your agency or corporation or wherever it is that you are. And so how do we help you get the data, the dashboards, the reporting, the whatever it is that you need to go out there and walk into a meeting and present that and show what rock stars you are. Um, so all of that, and then we move into the renewal and advocacy. Sorry, not renewal, advocacy. That's that is where the renewal piece comes in there. If we are doing our job and we are advocating for you and we're helping you and you are making the improvements and the optimizations and all of that, then we want you to stay with us and we want to help you with that renewal. Again, once we have you, we never want you to leave because you're getting everything that you need. And so, how do we get you more engaged in some of our user groups or our client advisory board? How do we take some of the learnings that you have and build case studies and, again, show what an amazing superhero you are for your organization. And then, you know, full transparency, we want you to be out there advocating for us. When you're talking to your peers, I want everybody to be like, I don't know why you're talking to ABC. You really should talk to Agile. Look what they've done for me. Look what they've done for my fleet. Look what they've helped me do. Like, satisfied, happy partners make the best champions for us. So we are looking to turn you into Agile Fleet champions because you're so happy. Um, then continuous improvement, right? We are going to constantly be asking you for feedback. What are we doing great? That's wonderful. But what aren't we doing great? That is better, because when you tell us the things, if there are gaps that you see, if there's just like, oh, if it would just do this, that makes us better. And half the time, if you are experiencing that gap or that frustration or that headache or whatever it is, there are other people out there that are also experiencing that. So we want continuous improvement. And the way that we get that back is through a feedback loop. So again, we will be asking you, whether in a variety of ways during our check-in calls that we've established, during, we will send out NPS scores, and the number is lovely and all of that, but the gold is in the comments. That's where you find the things out. But if you talk to me, don't worry. Before we end that conversation, I will be asking you, what can we do better? How can we help you more? What what do you need? What is the one thing that keeps you up at night? And so we want to make sure that we are on this continuous improvement journey with you to make your life better, to make us better, and ultimately for us all to get our drivers home safely. So what should you expect from us? Again, this is just a little fun slide. You can tell um, clearly which elementary slides I created versus which professional slides John and Kristen created. So this one is mine, but just wanted to throw it out there. If you didn't get it from the vision or the purpose, or kind of while we were talking about what that client success journey looks like, metrics, we should be telling you how we're performing for you. Okay. Support. Obviously, you need support. We are here to give it to you. And the feedback, I cannot tell you how much feedback is important to us. Obviously, education, we're going to continue to give you those resources. Um, Trust, transparency, advocacy, all of these things you should come to expect and demand, not only from us, but from any vendor, really, or any partner that you're working with. These are things that are a two-way street, right? We need trust from you, and we need to be trustworthy to you, all of those things. So, just kind of wanted to say, again, really, really excited to be here. I have so many ideas, and I am so excited about the and I can't even speak anymore, sorry, about the magnificent foundation that we have here at Agile. And I get to come in and just try to push us to be a little bit better. So I am really, really, really excited. Thank you for letting me take some time to tell you about the client success team. And again, we've got a new mystery person joining soon. So, if you have any feedback now, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I am trying to, you know, get my head above water. I'm starting to make client visits. I'm starting to reach out and trying to introduce myself and, all of that. But you don't have to wait for me. Bring it on. Reach out to me at the end of the slide deck. You'll see my email address. But I'm happy to talk to you. That's my favorite part of the job, is connecting with our partners. So with that, I'm going to stop rambling for a minute and get something to drink. And Kristen, oh, actually, no, it's not time for
It's
me to
okay,
get a
Jen.
drink.
It's okay. I can jump in. So the next thing that we're going to jump into is, and I think it's a great segue from what Jen just got done discussing. So we talked about training and providing continued education and closing up the loop with feedback. And I think one of the best ways that we do that at Fleet Commander is through our Command User Conference. And so we're going to take the next few minutes to talk about Command 2025 that's coming up. So I don't know if y'all know this, but Fleet Commander was first introduced in 2000. I was very intrigued by this, so I was had to do a little quick Google search for some pop culture moments and iconic things from the year 2000. So some music highlights from 2000. Destiny's Child released Say My Name, which became a massive hit. And this, of course, is from the expert Chat GPT. So, don't quote me on any of this. I might have the year wrong. This is, the quick old little Google search that I got there. Britney Spears dropped her second album, Oops, I Did It Again. Let's see. I'm not going to do all of these, but it was very intriguing. Survivor was one of the biggest television series at the time, including Friends. The Nokia 3390 was one of the most popular cell phones. Do y'all remember those? We're not even talking about smartphones really yet, right? With that one. It was the Y2K era, just wrapped up. Tamagotchis were the hit toy. And then since I'm from St. Louis, a couple interesting facts about St. Louis. Nelly released Country Grammar in the year of 2000. And the Rams won the Super Bowl. The St. Louis Rams at the time won the Super Bowl that year. But so yeah, the year 2000. Something else that I think is quite intriguing about that year, there are a lot of things that are no longer relevant or around anymore. So I think with this will kind of tie into what we're going to go over in command, but to stay relevant, you have to make changes. You have to listen to your clients. You have to take that feedback and improve your product. Otherwise, we'd be in the same boat as Radio Shack, Circuit City, Borders, Napster, although that might be more of a legal thing than a product thing. CD binders, do you guys remember those? And my favorite that I found was Clip It from Microsoft. Do you guys remember the paperclip, the little paperclip icon? He's gone
Oh
now
yeah.
too, right? He was a 2000s thing, but he's no longer here, but we are. So,
He
um,
retired. He retired.
yeah, he did retire. Oh, Regina popped in. Ask Jeeves was Ask Jeeves active back then, and actually, yes, it was. Regina, you know me very well, so you know I spent like about an hour-long nosedive into this crazy little search that I did, and yes, Ask Jeeves was within there. And Regina also popped back. Yes, I did. She knows that I did the ridiculous amount of time on my squirrel adventure there. All right, so I'll move on. Jen, you got this one?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. So yeah, so really, really excited about Command 25 that is coming up in just a few weeks. As you can see, throughout the years, we've had it in different places. I understand that we usually have it at one of our partners' facilities. So if you are interested in the road show coming to your neck of the woods, again, please reach out to me. If there's anybody on the call from Hawaii or Puerto Rico or, somewhere warm and exotic, I would really, really love to hear from you. But we will see everybody in Minneapolis. If you're joining us, please bring a coat. I have absolutely no idea what the weather is like in October in Minneapolis. But being a Texas girl living in the South, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned, but I hear there's these things called long johns or something like that. So I'm gonna check into that before I leave. But
It's just going to
we,
be October, Jen. We're not talking about January here.
oh, you don't seem to understand that anything below 75 degrees is cold to me. I'm the girl that wears a sweatshirt in Georgia year round. So, um,
I
always
was in
blue
Central
on the map.
Texas. I gotcha.
Yeah. So again, if you are planning to join us, I am so thrilled and cannot wait to meet you. I'll be the blue shaking person. Um, but and look down because if you haven't met me yet, I might be extremely vertically challenged. Everywhere I go, people say, "Oh, I didn't see you," and I say, "Well, you have to look down." So but I will be the very short blue shaking person up in Minneapolis. If you have been on the fence or you haven't thought about going, it's not too late. Get registered. Let me know maybe slide me a little, hey, welcome to the team. And maybe I might be able to help, you know, waive a registration fee or something. I don't know. No promises, but hit me up. But so it's not too late. Would love to meet you. So excited in person. The content is already amazing. I'm really excited about it. And again, I think we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Agile Fleet. So there could be some awesome things there.
Yeah. So talking about that, some of the things that we're going to be experiencing while we are at Command 2025, we do a client advisory board every year. This is on Tuesday afternoon. The purpose of the board is for Agile to meet with a group of, I'm calling it, our super users, to get feedback and wish list items from them. So we spend time meeting with them to go over different parts of the product and get some really good information. We After the conference, we come back with that information, we mull it over, we decide and figure out how we can fit that into the product. And then hopefully we can bring that back around full circle. And then next year we can talk about some of those ideas that we were able to deliver on from the last command coming into the new command. For those of you that don't attend or that aren't part of the client advisory committee, we have two other paths to follow at Command 2025. If you're a new user, we do new user training, or the other option is our maintenance training. Those are on Tuesday afternoon as well. And this is an opportunity to learn more about how to use FleetCommander. And we usually about this time, and John's got a little teaser over here on the right, he launches a new training website for FleetCommander, and we will use that for the Command 25 conference. And then that new training site will be our trainer for the rest of the year. We also on Tuesdays, this is where the fun comes in, we do a swag swap. So unless you're from Lombard, Illinois, or part of the band, I don't want to see you bring a plain white tee. If anybody gets that reference, sorry, that joke might have been lost on me. But so what the swag swap is it's a gift exchange. So we ask everybody to bring a gift wrapped item that represents them or their organization. And then we'll do, this might be a regional term, but it might not be. We'll do a rob your neighbor style game where you draw numbers and then the first person gets to pick whatever wrapped gift they want. And then they unwrap it. And then the next number gets to either steal that gift or pick another gift. And so it's just a fun way to kind of get to know people, break the ice, and bring some fun swag from your event.
I was gonna
Jen?
say, and I was gonna say, it sounds like a good way to get judged if you bring like
A plain
an
white tee?
eraser, a plain white tee or an eraser. It sounds like a fun way to make sure that you are able to show us how competitive you are.
I'm a bit of a music buff, so I'll apologize in advance. I may have some obscure music references from time to time while y'all are talking with me. Also part of Command 25, we're going to talk about a lot of product updates. So some of the sneak peek information that we might be discussing this year, we will be talking about our development roadmap. So I know those of you that have attended the last handful of Workshop Wednesdays have heard us talk a lot about the 5.13 release. And we've talked a lot about this release because it's been a very big release that has been very important. And even though it doesn't show a lot of visual change to the product, rewriting the entire platform into .NET was a huge undertaking. And so that was a long process. And so we're very excited about the development roadmap that we're going to be able to start talking about at Command and moving forward from there. One of the big next steps that we will talk about in the roadmap and the release is we get to version 6.0. Once we get into the 6.0s, the releases are going to be a little bit quicker. They're going to be smaller amounts of changes, but they're going to happen faster. And so you guys are going to get some really great information. 6.0 is going to highlight some changes to our FAST module, account validation, and hold your horses, drum roll, drag and drop is gonna show up. I haven't been around, so I don't think I realize how big of a deal the drag and drop thing is. But from all that I hear from clients that ask what the status is, and the internal chatter, I feel like drag and drop is like way, way big.
I was like, "No, don't tell them too much more, Kristen,
I
or they won't show up."
I know. Well, I'm not showing them. I'm just saying it's
Okay.
coming, right?
Oh,
So, and then the 6.0 release is scheduled to roll out the week of October 20th. So somewhere around that time frame, clients will start seeing that. We also are going to talk about maintenance and some changes that are coming to the maintenance module in these future releases. I'm really excited about it because there's going to be kind of like some, I call it tiered options, but there's going to be some adjustments for when work is outsourced, adjustments for those of you that run smaller shops and also ones that run larger shops. So there's going to be some adjustments that can be made on how data gets entered, and we're going to be able to automate some stuff. So we're going to feature that at Command 2025. That's going to be really exciting. Little buzz on the screen physically is our new mobile friendly driver UI will be featured as well. So those are some features that product updates that we'll be talking about. That's not all of it, but that's some of it, some teasers there. Um, we're also going to have outstanding sessions that we talk about. Some of the sessions that we're going to highlight, there's going to be a technician retention and recruitment strategy session. Jen has done most of the legwork on this, and I'm super excited for this one. We're going to have some guest panelists from the fleet industry. We might see somebody from the Hourglass Foundation make an appearance. So there's some really fun stuff there. We have sessions about right sizing, proof, and progress. We're going to explore partnerships and talk about and meet with some of those partners that we have, and much, much more. In addition to that, we're going to have a tour of the UMN Fleet Operations campus, or the campus Fleet Operations, and we'll get to visit their stadium. I love how John incorporated UMN's information on this slide.
it's a snazzy looking car right there.
I know, I
Great,
like that.
great
Yep.
wrap job.
Yeah, and I love I love y'all's logo. If you're on the call, your not logo, but your slogan, driven to discover. That's really cool. I like that.
Nice.
Um, Also, additional content, and I think I talk about this every time I do a kickoff meeting. There's going to be a lot of networking opportunities. So you're going to have peer-to-peer learning. We're going to have roundtable discussions. There's going to be panels. These 8 wonderful clients are going to be joining us on 2 different panels. So they're going to be featured and talking about what they do in their fleet. And I'm not going to give away what the panel topics are going to be about. You'll find out about it at Command, but these wonderful clients are going to be helping us on those panels. So that's very exciting. We also will be wrapping up Wednesday evening with a celebration of our 25th anniversary, and that's going to be at Market at Malcolm Yards, where we'll have food, fun, and festivities. I heard that there's like a beer tap wall there, so that's going
Oh
to be
boy.
pretty exciting too. I know, right? Um, Part of me thinks that Mike should move it to Thursday after we're completely done. But, I guess we have to be semi-responsible Wednesday night so that we can focus on our presentations on Thursday. Um, And then just to wrap it up, this is just kind of our wrap up slide. If you haven't registered yet and you are interested in joining, we have a registration QR code on here. And then we also have the QR code for the hotel. So if you haven't registered and you want to register, scan that code and send me or Jen an email too, so that we can help walk you through and talk to you about it. If you've registered but haven't registered for your hotel, scan that code. If you're looking for it on the website, there's a red here link right above that photo, and that's actually where the link is if you're on the website. All right, so that is command. We're gonna, from there, we're gonna roll into talk about some of the stuff that or one of the particular products that we featured in the last command session, our smart fob key boxes. So we've had, we introduced the smart fob key box at Command 2024. We've had a handful of clients that have purchased and installed and implemented these boxes at their locations, and they've had some great success. And so while we're talking about the new stuff that's coming, we wanted to circle back around to some of the really great stuff that we've been doing, and then just feature this product and talk you through it again, some of the benefits of it, and then hit me and Jen up if you're interested in more information after we wrap up the slides here. So with the Smart Fob key box, there are some benefits to this box that are make it just a little bit better than the other, in my own personal opinion, a little bit better than the previous design that we had. There's no key to turn on this box, so it's an easy in and out. The keys, the fob is generic, so the keys can be returned to any position. The software in the box is smart enough to know what position that key is returned to, so when the next reservation comes up, it'll still light up the correct spot on the box. With the fob being generic, if it gets lost, we don't have to do the custom replacement that we do with our standard box. So if you lose a key now, you have to replace that whole key mechanism, which can get a little expensive. If you lose a key with the fob, you just pull one of the other fobs that the box came with, switch it out, and stick it in the box. The key ring doesn't bind because you don't have that twisting action. And then if you go with the mail slot box, that mail slot no longer has a switch on the card holder. Some of the feedback we had received from clients was that their cards were getting stuck on that switch. And so it was creating additional complications for removing the key and the card out of the box. So we eliminated that switch on this new box design to work correctly. Sorry, I see Melina has a comment too. It says in the GIF, it looks like the latch does not have to be squeezed. The latch design is still the same in our boxes, so it does need to be squeezed, but that's the difference in the video from the box to what's in the video. But as you can see in this little video clip, the green light appears when the box is ready to be opened. So you see that green light there. And then the green light appears for the fob that she needs to remove from the box. And then as you can see, after she pulls the fob out, the card can slide right out. And then if you have the card reader, something to keep in mind, the card cannot be removed if the fob isn't removed, because we have ensured that that cord or ring is just the right size so that there can't be a lot of movement in there. So that has been resolved too. So those are some of the benefits of this new box and that cool little video that we have off to the right. So we have two different options for the box sizes. The first one is our key fob only option. The cabinet comes in 4 different sizes, but we have key compatibility in multiple ranges. So the fob capacity starts at 16 and then goes up in increments of 8 up to a key box size of 96. So there are 4 dimensions, but you can get any of these number configurations for one of those 4 cabinet sizes. We're currently working on daisy chain options, but that is there's some work that has to be done there. So we're working through those at the moment. So that is for the key fob only solution. We will share the video. So you guys, somebody asked about sharing the link to the smart fob video. That will be on the PowerPoint and the recording that we send after the meeting. So you guys should be able to get that information. So this is the key fob only design. And then we also have the fob with card slot design. In our current card slot design, the cards run horizontal, right? This is horizontal. Yeah, horizontal in the new smart bus. Sorry, I'm left-handed and my brain has been like completely rewired with this whole broken left hand thing. So I like catch myself um, double checking things that I would not double check before. But yes, so the current standard box, the mail slot is horizontal. In this smart fob card slot design, it runs vertical, which allows us to accommodate more and in kind of a better fashion. And so for this box design, we have the same 4 cabinet sizes. And then we have 5 different fob capacities that we can accommodate in those box sizes. This also starts at 16. And then your other sizes, key box quantities are 24, 48, 64, or 80. And again, we don't have the daisy chain at the moment, but we are working on that. So that is hopefully an option so that we can expand that box capacity from just these configurations. All right. Jimmy asked a question. He said, currently a vehicle is assigned a slot in the box. How does Agile key assignment work with fobs? So as far as the software goes, it'll still be the same. You will set up your vehicle and your slot assignment the same that you do now in the software. The box is smart enough to just know which slot you actually return it to. So in the current standard box that we have, slot 1 is always where that key has to be returned and pulled out of. In the new smart fob box, it's assigned to slot 1 or position 1, but that position can technically be anywhere in the box. So if I have a reservation for slot 1 and I go and I pick that vehicle up and I take the fob out, I drive, I come back and I put it in, I can put that key back into any slot that is open in the box. So I may put it may be this 16 key slot box, and I may have taken it from slot 1, but I can return it into slot 16 down in the bottom right-hand corner. Then when Jen comes to pick up her reservation for the same vehicle right after me, it's still technically assigned to slot 1, but when the box opens and the light comes on, it'll come on at that bottom right-hand corner slot because that's where that key is. So the box is smart enough to know which slot it was returned to within that box. Jimmy, did that answer your question? And then Scott, Jimmy said kind of. Okay. If we need to circle up after, just let me or Jen know and we can walk through that too. Scott said the cartridge ID is associated to the chip in the fob, not to an actual key lock. So it's associated to the box, but not that specific spot in the box. All right. So that is the main content that we have. What additional questions do y'all have?
I feel like we should have music playing here. Na, na.
I mean, I think
I'm
I can
not,
take care of that for next time, Jen.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm hearing maybe some plain white t-shirts in our future. Um, Go ahead and we can kind of run through the rest of the slides, the
Yeah,
conclusion slides, and I'll let you know if any questions, additional questions pop up.
absolutely. Sounds good. Okay. So just to run through some of our conclusion slides, first and foremost, or last, not first of the last, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We want to thank you for your partnership. And my screen just jumped on me. We want to thank you for your partnership. Without you guys, that's what we're here for. And without you guys, Jen and I wouldn't be here. So thank you for your partnership. Thank you for using our product. And thank you for continuing to provide us your feedback so that we can continue to make the product what you need it to be and keep it relevant so we don't turn into Radio Shack and some of those other 2000s companies that don't exist anymore. with that being said, we're always here to provide help and support. So this is me and Jen's contact information, our email addresses on here, as well as our support team. Jen and I are your advocates, and we are here to support y'all and however you need us. But we also are in a lot of meetings and training and strategy stuff. So whenever you have troubleshooting and immediate need issues, our FC support team is definitely the place to go. We've got some amazing, knowledgeable folks that are on that team that are ready to help you Monday through Friday, 7 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. So that's their phone number and their email address for any of that support. We also have resources available for you. There's the agilefleet.com website. We have FC Drive. That's a clickable link for those of you that like to poke around and find out some information for yourself. There's some quick how-to videos, and also the manuals are linked there for anything you want to know about FleetCommander. We also have our YouTube channels. That's where the previous workshop Wednesdays and other webinars are located, as well as some training videos that we have out there as well. And then another big part of client success, we want to share your success. So please give us your feedback through the surveys, participate in the webinars, the user conferences, and any collaborative information that we may put out there or that you want to provide assistance on. And then we also want to celebrate your achievements. So if you are looking for assistance, with drafting and distributing announcements, providing information about your successes and accomplishments, reporting out on those KPIs, case studies, we're here to help you with that. So just let us know. We are social, so these are our different social platforms. Feel free to scan and follow us on any of these locations. We are, as we said at the beginning, always looking to improve Workshop Wednesdays and just anything that we do at FleetCommander, really. So please scan the QR code and provide us your feedback and guidance. If you have filled out the survey in the last couple of sessions, the link might not work for you again, but if that happens, please just email Jen or I that information, and we can make sure that we get that noted and updated for you. With that being said, that's the end of the slide deck. Thank you for being a part of Workshop Wednesday and joining us, and we'll stay on for a few more minutes. Shoot us any additional questions you may have.
Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you taking the time.